about that. Hi. How is everybody
change me from being
doing?
white.
I cannot work my magic like that. Hope everybody's having a good Monday or Sunday. What day is this, damn it?
Saturday.
Saturday morning, evening, wherever you are. I hope everybody's doing well, staying healthy, staying safe out there. So it's good to see everybody for our Saturday. What are you doing?
I'm putting the girls there.
Okay. For our Saturday, what did we call this?
Live Q&A.
Live Q&A session? I don't know what to call it.
Here we go. Okay, don't move your head.
I think that thumbnail is the closest thing to a Batman reading order yet. There's other things in there. Evening from Transylvania, Romania.
Wow.
Whoa, that's awesome. So yes, hope everybody's doing fine, healthy. Yeah, I'd love to know where everybody's from. I started this a little bit early today because we're going on a little bit of a getaway for the weekend, so I won't be replying back to comments. And I wanted to get through the DC.
Social distancing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get through this DC solicitations. And normally I was going to do it from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But my buddy Jess wanted me to do the importance of Dennis O'Neil since he passed away yesterday. And I said I would. And Melanie was kind enough like, yeah, you can do that. So I'll be doing that on his channel. But for now, hope everybody's doing okay. What flag is that?
I don't know.
Where are you, man? Baltimore.
Australia, Chicago.
Australia.
Canada.
Norway. What's up, man?
London.
London, UK.
West Michigan.
I know that guy. He got out of Facebook jail. Solicitations. Let's go. Yeah, we'll see them here in a second. Transylvania, yeah. So, yeah, Dennis O'Neil passed away yesterday, 81 years old. And, he leaves a legacy behind. We talked to Shane Davis late last night on our Transformers talk. But we talked a little bit about Dennis O'Neil. He is... the contribution that he gave to Transformers was Jim Shooter dropped a bunch of toys on his desk, him and Bob Budiansky, and they got to name some of the Transformers.
Oh, I watched that documentary.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wearing this Transformers shirt, right?
Sure. Is it
Secret
is
to
it
say.
What up from the
Thank
north?
you.
What's going on, brother? Thank you for the super chat. Morning from New
Thanks.
York City.
We got
Took care of the pool, by the way, for anybody.
oh, yeah, it was fine.
Pool's
We still
fine.
haven't got the bill yet, but
Pool's fine. The inflatable pool. But Dennis O'Neil was responsible for naming Optimus Prime. That's the legacy he leaves behind for the Transformers. Now, he did a ton of other work, of course, in comic books. But, yeah, he passed away. That one
I
hurt.
mean, that is one of the best names ever.
Absolutely.
Like...
I was telling Dan's like, well, if it wasn't him, somebody else would have. I'm like,
No,
there was a small chance somebody could have come in and said, we're naming this guy Maximus Truckus, which actually
Yes.
is a pretty badass name. But Optimus
It's
Prime
too cheesy.
just
Optimus Prime is not cheesy at all.
rolls off the tongue.
It's perfect.
Yeah. And the reason yes, he's done a lot of work, created my favorite villain for Batman, and that's Rage. Call him whatever y'all want. Well, there's always this thing, the way that he pronounces it, the way it's supposed to be pronounced, the way some college professor told him to pronounce it, and then the way the fans of the Batman animated series pronounce it.
Raj
Al
that's
Ghul.
what I like.
But anyway, he was responsible for creating him. So,
Cool.
Hard Traveling Heroes, Green Lantern, Green Arrow. But yeah, Jess and I are gonna be talking about that on his channel. Maximus Truckus was my stripper. Oh, damn it! I should have copyrighted that.
Was going to ask what was FEMA's verdict on your backyard.
It's fine, guys. It was an inflatable pool. Inflatable.
Now I gotta think about it all over again.
Thanks.
I kept that water all week. That was expensive.
Hello, all from Marcus Warburton in England. That is a gentleman's name, Marcus Warburton, England, Bolton.
Yeah.
Dang. I mean, it's not as gentlemanly as Truckus Maximus, but it's pretty good.
I saw the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
And I forgot. something else.
Finally caught up with Transformers Phase 2 Volume 10. Boy, was
Italy.
it hard work. How many volumes to catch up to the 2019? Yes, we still have quite a few. We still have a few. Hi from Italy.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, Optimus
Netherlands?
Primes is a better name than Ultra Magnus. Doug's the Ultra Magnus. Ultra Magnus is a pretty cool name. That's a cool name. Montreal.
I guess it's easier to make jokes about that, huh?
Warburton is bread.
Okay.
So is Bimbo. I don't know where that came from.
Scotland!
Scotland, that's
Did
awesome.
you check the pH level in your pool? No, it's just inflatable. Put the hose in and...
Everybody thinks I'm rich. I'm going to take a picture of this damn pool and make it the thumbnail for next week so y'all see how poor we live. There's a reason why I can buy these
But
books.
it's fine. Because I have to make Lisa. I said, get in that pool. I bought it. Go play it.
That's a good amount of epics you have behind you. Yeah. I've been collecting epics since day one. So my very first epic was the Iron Man epic Final Threat. Not Final Threat. Enemy Within.
You know, I put these up here, but it's difficult to see against the black and the different colors of the books, huh? It's kind of... I don't know.
Bimbo
cover it
means
with
something
white
else
paper.
here in the UK. Bimbo means something else here in America, but there's a company that's called Bimbo Bread.
How deep is the pool?
Hola de Chile. Let the pool go.
Like, that deep.
Yeah. Ain't nobody drowning. Not even birds. There ain't nobody drowning there. Warburton. Oh, yeah. Bread makes the best loaf. Okay. I didn't know that Warburton.
Makes the best
Whatever.
bread.
That's still a cool name. That's still a cool name. So, yes, we'll be looking at the DC solicits here in a little bit, giving a little bit of time for people to trickle in. And I will be cutting the episode right around noon Eastern Standard Time. Oh, there you are, Patricia. I haven't seen you in a while. I've seen your comments. It's good to see you. The pool. Yes, the pool.
Deadpool.
Pittsburgh.
Oh, wait, Deadpool would not be a good nickname for a pool.
Only if it's
Okay.
dead birds. Bimbo bread. Omar, you remember the Bimbo cookies? Hell yes, I do. I love those things, dude.
Pittsburgh, Denmark.
Denmark. What's up? Just realized that's Satana and Batgirl behind you. My wife
Okay,
did
so
that.
you can see it.
Yeah.
It looks blurry to me.
I've been collecting epics for a week. You sod, Omar. I get caught. You call me sod a lot. But that's okay. That's okay. I like that.
Oh, I want to start calling you Sod. You Sod.
Shut
You
up.
clout.
You can't get away with it. Your last name is not Warburton. Got 8 so far with 3 on the way. They are addictive, but so many out of print everywhere, not just there. There are literally 50. I did a video on it. 58, I think. 58 epics that are out of print. So hopefully we'll get them back next time Q&A in the pool.
Wait, De Niro did a Warburton TV ad. Whoa.
Who did? Oh, De Niro?
Yeah.
Our De Niro, like I own him. Robert De Niro? That's awesome.
Let's see. We've got new Joyzy. I did it.
No, Joyzy.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
better. And,
is that Fletch? Yeah, it's Fletch. Awesome. It's Chevy Chase, one of his awesome characters. Bay.
somebody
Oh
else.
man, the SF Bay. I'm jealous. We're heading to a little lake this weekend. What DC Rebirth collections have a black spine? Green Arrow and Justice League.
Somebody's asking about Denny O'Neil.
Epic
So
collections are gonna go out of print after your out of print video, just like those. They're just to suggest. You don't have to buy them all, but just a small suggestion to if you want to focus on the ones. We did hear about him. I talked a little bit about it, so yeah.
Video at noon.
Yeah, I'll be doing a video on Jess's channel, which is OmniDog's Vault at noon. So that's why I did this early today. But I am saddened by that.
Oh, thank you, Sledge, for rescheduling.
What is it, Omar,
a
you
Zoom
started
meeting.
early and I went out of my schedule.
So we
A
can
Zoom
go
meeting
to the
early.
lake.
Oh, sorry. It's it's my little girl's birthday. She turns 11. She turned 11
Yep.
yesterday, so we're celebrating by taking the kids to the lake. Go to Diego's comment at the bottom.
Okay.
Is this your only job? I'm a husband, a father. No, this is not my only job. This is my hobby. Like, I do this for fun, believe it or not. And then every once in a while, somebody donates to the pool fund. So I guess there's a little bit. Anyone else frustrated by the constant? This is the last Batman story from Snyder, and then 3 years later, he's still writing. Yes. So after his 52 run, he was done, right? He was like, I'm out. I got one more story in me, and I want to team up with Greg Capullo. And then Death Metal came out, and we got a whole new... Even though it's kind of weird at first, and now it's all part of the DC universe. But then he did the last what was it? Last Batman on Earth? Is that what it was called? Last Night on Earth? Yeah, Last Night on Earth. And then that was it. And then now he's doing another Batman Who Laughs series. So, I feel you, man.
Somebody asked earlier, I can't find it, about how you arrange and categorize your books back here.
Chronological order. Whoever asked that. I put my books in chronological order with... So, you'll see in between, like, for example, Captain America, the Captain is in between a bunch of epics. So whenever I do a reading order video, that's usually what I do. I go back and forth. And now I've started adding omnis because that's what you all wanted to see.
So Green Lantern likes Snyder. And
really?
no more Ray Snyder. Says no. Fight, fight, fight. Oh, Berserk!
Yesterday I bought Berserk Volumes 1 and 2. Very excited to read. Volume 5, Deluxe Edition, comes out this month. And I can't wait for everybody.
You said this one.
Well,
Dark Horse hasn't got back to you.
Dark Horse has been really weird. But for anybody that's reading Berserk only in Deluxe Edition, oh, your world's about to change. You'll see what everybody sees in Berserk after you read Volume 5. Hype for the Miles Morales video game. Yeah, Rob put a video on our channel yesterday. It looks awesome. At first it was supposed to, like, we heard it was going to be just downloadable content, and then it's a whole new thing. So that's awesome. And he was talking about, he was hyping up the PS5. Have you ever read the Case Closed Detective Conan manga? I haven't. I've just seen some of the episodes and some of the movies. But I know
it's the longest running, right?
It's one of the longest running.
Oh,
manga.
one of. I thought
there's another one that's out.
Okay, Project Viking agrees. Chronological, the only way to go.
That's right. Otherwise, it makes no sense.
Sledge said, FYI, I really enjoyed this Q&A, even though in the real world, IT people are my mortal enemy and go out of their way to make my work life harder. Yeah. Just kidding. You're like the best manager ever. Well, that Telos.
Oh, Todd DeZago and Mike Wieringo. Yeah, I did. I loved it. They didn't get to finish their story, of course, because Ringo passed away at an early age. And I actually got to talk to Mike Wieringo's brother at Baltimore for a long time. Just talking to him about his brother and the ideas they originally had for Telos. So there's 2 hardcovers. There's the first one with everything Todd DeZago and Mike Wieringo. And then there is the follow-up, which is kind of like a tribute with a bunch of different artists and different writers pitching in stories for those characters.
Thank you, Gamer Does Vlogs.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And Hanky Pym, he's on a nickname basis with Hank Pym. Will Rob open his PS5? Somebody else mentioned who's getting the PS5.
Will Rob open it? Probably. Will he open any of his games? Probably not. Probably not. Because that's my boy. That's what he does. He's crazy. Or he'll buy the game, keep it sealed, get the limited edition, and then buy the digital version of it, because that's how crazy he is.
Nope, this one first.
Okay, I want to put them chronologically, but then I have to tear my Jeff Johns Omnis into... Good point. No, Omni stays together, intact. Don't break them apart.
Okay, which one?
There was one about how much influence...
Oh, that you have at DC?
Yeah. How much influence do you have at DC? Convince him... Dude, I've been trying to convince him for a Man of Steel Omnibus and Fables Omnibus, and there was another book that I've been... Starman Omnibus, and so far, the guy that runs the department says, talk to these people. Those people tell me to talk to these people. Those other people tell me to talk to these people. And finally, those people say, I have no idea why you're even talking to me. I'm just in sales. And I said, okay. So I get the runaround and...
And hit me in the face.
Every once in a while, I'll get a book.
Hit me in the face with your hands.
I can't help it. I'm animated. And every once in a while, I'll get a book to review. And I'm just like, well, I guess this is how they see me. So... Omar, why do you think there's no Superman Omnis for the current runs? Because DC. That's all I got.
Let's see. There was. Oh, here's some facts about Detective Conan.
Okay, Detective
900
Conan.
episodes, crossovers with Lupin,
I knew
live
that.
action movies, 24 anime movies, 2-hour primetime, 20th year special in Japan. That's really cool. We've talked about this before. Thoughts on the Snyder cut of Justice League actually being released?
Sure.
LMAOPQRS.
No, that's laughing my ass off.
I know it is.
Not LBGT or whatever you thought it was.
LMOPQRS.
Sure. I'm okay with it. I think it's weird they're spending so much money on it. They could really fund a bunch of projects just with the amount of money they're spending on FX, but sure. Have you seen the animated Tintin, the Sun Temple movie from back
Hi,
in the 90s?
Bavarian Rev.
Hello. No, I haven't seen the movie, but I did watch the HBO animated show. And then I saw the one by Peter Jackson and Steven Spielberg, the CG movie.
Ashley says, why don't they have some kind of poll to see what omnis would be bought if reprinted, so then they know what's in demand? Maybe we register our interest, etc. Because that would make sense. I don't know.
I think they view pre-orders heavily, more so than Marvel does these days. Like, sometimes I think Marvel prints things just because they think it will sell, whereas DC prints things and they play it safe. They're like, okay, we're going to do Aquaman by Peter David. That's a sure bet. Oh, people didn't pre-order enough of Volume 3. Cancel the entire line. And that's how DC operates. I saw Dan Didio calling David Gabriel a worthy adversary on an interview. Somebody showed me the link. And he was like, at this timestamp, they're talking about David Gabriel. And Dan Didio said, he said, I could never one-up him. He was always, we were trying to do things that they weren't doing, and he was always ahead of the game, so I consider him a worthy adversary. Even though he doesn't work at DC anymore, but that was one of Dan Didio's
Wow. That's cool. Worthy adversary. Very common.
Well, when you're talking about books, right? I mean, you're opposing companies. You have an omnibus
That's just a good
for
choice of
Marvel,
words.
right? Yeah. You played it, right? DC then creates the omnibus, and then when DC tries to do something unique, they couldn't because Marvel had already done just about everything. So I thought that was pretty
You
interesting.
should tell David Gabriel in case he didn't see. That'll make him feel good.
A worthy adversary?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what Didio's doing now besides writing, what's it called?
That reminds me of a story.
Green Lantern saying, that's quite a compliment he gave you. Not me.
I did it.
What's your story?
Thank you.
Oh.
Okay. In college, had this class, and you write analytical essays about the book that you pick. Then you gotta make copies and hand it out to everybody, and they critique it. And I was so tired by then of writing academic papers that I started using the actual voice as opposed to just keeping it professional. And I said, booyah, I think, in it. And this guy, everybody, whatever, people are polite, right? You're not gonna, tear stuff apart. He was like, I was offended by the poor attempt at humor. And I was like, what? I mean, I'm in college. I don't have a tough skin. And I'm looking at the teacher for help, and she...
I remember this story.
Long story short, he was my arch nemesis at campus. Just had fun with it. I was thinking he's my arch nemesis.
Except he didn't know that.
No. And then with X-Men. Was it the first X-Men movie?
No, it was the second or third one.
We came out of the theater, and he was there. He's like, oh, wasn't that great? Wolverine, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you're my arch nemesis. How are you talking to me like nothing ever happened?
And ladies and gentlemen, that's my wife. She has arch nemesis that they don't know.
They don't know,
nothing
and
about.
they're nice to me.
And it goes back to that Chris Rock skit. I told you that bitch crazy. Because every woman has an arch nemesis.
I was doing it for fun, though. Obviously, I wouldn't begrudge him help, or if he's getting hit by a car, I'd say, hey, stop.
Chanda Sook, yeah, we normally do this at 11, but I started it earlier today because I have to end it a little bit earlier. So, there was a question about Morbius earlier. I should be getting an early copy of that. I talked to David a little bit last week. So as soon as I get it, I'll be happy to do an overview. I miss doing overviews. When I was doing the She-Hulk, I was like, oh man, I miss doing these videos. But there hasn't really been anything lately. and because everything catching up recently with the pandemic and books like that. By the way, I know that for some of you all, really quick for joining us, that if you're looking for She-Hulk, I know that Cheap Graphic Novels is going to get some outside of Diamond, but I don't know, I don't know if there'll be any discount because they have to pay, it's from, I think, the Hachette catalogs where they're actually ordering it from. So keep an eye on on Cheap Graphic Novels for that. And one more thing, I don't want to drive FOMO, fear of missing out, in case you don't know what that is.
I know now.
But the same thing has happened to the Silver Surfer reprint. So if you have any interest in that, then you may want to buy it, maybe, especially the direct market cover. You may want to be there as soon as it drops on Tuesday or Wednesday. So Silver Surfer reprint, keep that in mind. That is back ordered at Diamond. So if you wanted, those books I think are heading to the UK. I think is what David said. Like some of those books are heading to the UK. So they should still be able to meet your orders. It's just crazy. They got caught up in the middle of this pandemic, so there wasn't between printers going to different printers, and between Diamond shutting down, and then of course the entire country of China shutting down. That kind of limited the prints of these books. But I don't want you all to miss out on that. Will you do a Batman reading order? I really need it. Yes, I will. Every month on our Patreon, they vote for what reading order to do next. The one that I'm working on this month is the every Marvel event in chronological order. That, they vote against a couple of others. So. Too late, Omar. You drove She-Hulk FOMO last week. I know that IST got some. They got some in last week again. And it was gone, so.
John Pendis said Astonishing X-Men is out.
That comes back. That is coming back. Astonishing X-Men. Ooh, thank you for reminding me. And for those wondering, Uncanny X-Force, what are you doing?
You're my puppet. Go ahead.
Ain't nobody's puppet.
Tell me to your hands.
Uncanny X-Force comes back into print the first week to the middle of July. Yes, first week to the middle of July is when Uncanny X-Force comes back into print. So Astonishing X-Men has gotten more batches shipped out, so you should be seeing it more and more places. Hello from Australia, reading the Annihilation Omni I just got. Good for you, because that's legit out of print now. That's the other thing I was going to say. Damn it. Yeah, so Annihilation Omnibus is completely out of print. Yeah.
I just grabbed your hand.
Omar's David's puppet. Nobody's puppet! Unless we can get that New Warriors Volume 2, then we're talking. Silver Surfer releases in August here. Silver Surfer releases next week here in America. Any love for the Iron Man reprints? You talking about the Silver Age stuff? The Silver Age Omnis? Because we have every one of the Iron Man Epic collections just about in print now. Do I think Red Robin will be reprinted? I don't think DC...
Red Robin.
Man, damn it. Sometimes I just gotta keep my mouth shut. I was gonna say, I don't think DC even knows what Red Robin is anymore. I hope so. For Fabian Nices and Kyle... was it Yost that wrote that? Yeah. I love that run. Only three trade paperbacks. They could literally do it in one complete collection. Does David have anything to do with the Marvel books that get digitalized in MU? If not collected physically, books like Nomad Maverick, I'd love to read on unlimited service. I think he does. He's the VP of sales and marketing, so he absolutely has something to do with that stuff. Melanie, this is a good question for you. Did you finish Final Fantasy VII?
Yes, I did. I enjoyed it. I don't want to... Actually, I really enjoyed it. I didn't expect to enjoy it that much. I won't give away spoilers. However, somebody mentioned that with the direction, added elements, the direction seemed to be going, that, what if they make a different story for the next installment? That would really stink. I don't know. Just completely diverge. I want it still similar. Yeah, because it's called a remake. Wouldn't it be reboot if they changed things? I mean, you could change little things, and they did, but still,
Well, I mean, they could call the next one Final Fantasy VII Reboot and not stick to the remake name. I don't know. I don't
but
have the
It's
attachment that you
fun.
do to
I
the
enjoyed
characters.
it, and I actually will replay it because there's so much, so many options for fighting. I couldn't do all of them. One fighting in.
Name 4. Melanie, help me with that
Name
word.
4.
That's the not shoujo, the opposite. Boy. Anyway, Vagabond, Vinland Saga, Blade of the Immortal, and Bastard. Even though Bastard got put on hiatus.
That was fun. That was a fun
After
book.
1.5 years of collecting, I'm going to start actually reading them. Is there an interest in audio-only YouTube reviews, reactions of the read-through? I'm going to call it Viking Odyssey. So everybody check out my boy's channel whenever he starts it. Viking Odyssey. Shout out. Which one?
Project.
Melanie should see Project
trailer.
Athea. Yeah, that looks
Okay.
cool. That
Yeah,
looks cool.
I haven't seen any trailers. Aroni mentioned the FF7 to be hot and cold right there. Right there. Uneven. Yeah, at the beginning I did get bored with all the side quests. Like, I wish those were spaced without instead of like, hey, you gotta stay in this town and do all the side quests. So that part, I mean, I like side quests, but it get boring. But man, yeah, once it was action packed and it just kept going and going, that was fun. So I think it's worth it just for those parts.
Brother, I would love Fist of the North Star, like, to be properly collected here in America like they're doing with JoJo, right? JoJo is heavily inspired by Fist of the North Star, and that's getting the oversized hardcover treatment. We need that here in America. So, yes.
Yep.
Good. Yeah.
How strange! Are you a Phil Collins fan? I'm on a nickname basis with Phil Collins. He's Philly Collins to me. That's what I call him. Just like Hanky Pym.
Except Phil
That was
Collins
really
doesn't
random.
know about this.
Well, yeah, that was really random question. Yes.
Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, Image, Melanie, from Marcus Warburton in London. Oh, I love that name. Which one do you prefer? You broke her brain.
I can't pick one. How about DC the bottom?
DC the bottom. What the?
Okay, Dark Horse, Marvel, DC, but Image has interesting. Image is hit or miss for me. How about
Yeah,
that?
of course it is.
So,
Filthy Collins.
Filthy Collins.
Omar,
Blasphemy.
do you recommend pre-ordering Omnis? Because I'm pre-ordering way too much. Man, that's
you don't pre-orders.
okay.
much as
I
me.
will say the importance of pre-ordering helps Marvel and DC gauge exactly, an idea of how many books to print. So the example of Annihilation Omnibus, the reason they didn't know how many to print was kind of like, that was the beginning of Marvel talking to some dude on YouTube that was just, you gotta reprint Annihilation Omnibus, it's gonna sell. So really, I mean, are you gonna listen to that guy? You really don't know. You're taking a chance. So let's play it safe. Let's see how many pre-orders we got coming in. And then probably, I don't know what there's some kind of, algorithm to that. However many pre-orders come in, we'll print this many, do some multiplication, addition, take away a number, whatever it is, that they're the ones that do it. So it's all based on pre-order. So pre-ordering is important, but I also realize not everybody does. I wish places like Cheap Graphic Novels or In-Stock Trades would let you pre-order, because that lets you know how many to order. And holy crap, maybe when Marvel and DC realized that, DC wouldn't cancel as many, and then we would get more printed Omnis from Marvel. That's just my theory.
Hello from India. What is your opinion on Grant Morrison's 18 Days?
I haven't read it, so I have no opinion. I'm sorry.
Do you recommend it?
Yeah, if you recommend it, let me know. I haven't read 18 Days. Hanky Pym, Clinty Barton. That's my wife. Okay, let's take one more question and then we'll start looking at the DC solicits for September. After Tintin, you tempted to... Yes! Yes! Are those available in America, Metal Pig? The Asterix and Obelisk hardcover. Are they hardcovers? Yes, I'm not working this morning, watching my favorite YouTube channel and show. Thank you so much, Robert. Okay, we'll pause on questions for a second to share the screen and look at some DC solicits coming out in September, or solicited for September. So let's look at this really quick. Let me know when everybody can see the screen. That's right. I'm sharing the screen, so let me just double check something here. Okay, we're good. So we have the Dollhouse Family hardcover. Oh no, the Basket Full of Heads by Joe Hill. Joe Hill, of course, being Stephen King's son, and also the writer of the infamous Lock and Key series from IDW. I didn't know he did anything for DC. That's interesting. Then we have the Dollhouse Family. It's a series by Mike Carey. I had no idea about this either. The Low Woods. By the way, these are all Black Label. Part of the, I guess, New Vertigo. That's what it's called. The Low Woods by Carmen Maria Machado. Art by Danny. I don't know what that is. Absolute. What the hell? This is the first time I'm looking at these, by the way. Planetary is getting an Absolute edition. Cool. I've got the Omnibus. It's wonderful. It's art by John Cassidy. Warren Ellis. Probably one of the best, top 3, definitely Warren Ellis books. Batman Adventure Nightwing Rising. This is part of the animated series universe. Batman 80 Years of the Bat Family. They've done 80 Years of Robin, 80 Years of Joker. Sure, 80 Years of the Bat Family's next. 80 Years of the Batmobile. 80 Years of the Utility Belt. 80 Years of Alfred. Ugh.
Oh, that's from the Teen Titans movie.
Yeah. Now we have Batman, Tom King, and Lee Weeks Deluxe Edition. Don't get excited, because looking at the content, it's literally Batman 51 through 53, 67 Annual 2, and Batman Elmer Fudd Special, which is good, by the way. But what the hell? Why are we getting a deluxe edition of just random Lee Weeks issues? And I love Lee Weeks. He's a graduate of the Joe Kubert School. He's a great artist, but what the hell? Alright, whatever. The Batman Who Laughs trade paperback collecting the one-shot, The Grim Knight, and 1 through 7 of the Batman Who Laughs. Batman Volume 1, Their Dark Designs. Okay, wait a minute. This is starting to look hopeful. So this is the James Tynion series who takes over after Tom King. And this collects issues 86 through 94. Is $34.99, but it doesn't say it's deluxe. I'm hoping this is a deluxe edition, though. Oversized hardcover format. To match those other Tom King books. So I'm thinking at 264 pages, $34.99. Anybody else with me? We thinking this is oversized hardcover? God, please. Because we know DC's starting to do standard size hardcovers. Batman Gotham by Gaslight, Deluxe Edition hardcover. And that pulls the last nail in that coffin of let's get an absolute edition of this. Nail. The nail goes into the coffin.
Yeah, you said pull.
I love you.
You said pull.
Uncanny Omar talked pretty one day. This is why I married her. She loves correcting me. Batman by Gotham by Gaslight Deluxe Edition. Yeah, we were supposed to get an absolute. It got canceled. Got resolicited. And I think the last I saw it got canceled. And now we're getting a deluxe edition, which means that, yeah, no absolute. Detective Comics Volume 3 trade paperback. This is the Peter Tomasi, which is an awesome run, by the way, and Doug Mankey run. Curse of the White Knight, the follow-up to the other Sean Murphy story. And this is Curse of the White... It's just Batman the White Knight. This is Curse of the White Knight 1 through 8, and the White Knight presents Von Freeze Volume 1. But Sean Murphy said he was going to do 3 of these. So I'm hoping maybe a deluxe edition of all 3 or an omnibus when it's out. Batman Night Out. This is an interesting collection. I remember when I saw this.
That's an awesome name.
Well,
Batman's Night Out.
This is orphaned issues of Chuck Dixon's run, right? So I can't wait for this. This is one of those books I'm waiting on to do a Batman reading order because it fits just nicely in between not Contagion, but Legacy and other issues before No Man's Land. So it's interesting that they went the hardcover route, though. Batman the Man Who Laughs Deluxe Edition, collecting, this is the Ed Brubaker stuff, and probably one of the best Joker stories ever, collecting Detective Comics 784 to 786, and The Man Who Laughs one-shot. I thought that was already released in Deluxe Edition, but I could be wrong. And Batman Gotham Noir #1. Greg Capullo's getting a poster book. Doom Patrol, this is the Gerard Waits book, I think. Yeah. Issues 1 through 7 of Weight of the Worlds. And Doomsday Clock is getting a complete collection, not a complete deluxe edition. Fables Compendium. Sure, because that's what your audience wants. A softcover omnibus in standard size for $59.99.
Collecting the first 6 stories.
I mean, it's 41 issues. They could have made this into an omnibus and just
story arcs. Oops, I thought that said stories.
It's issues
and I
1
was
through
like,
41. The Last Castle. This artwork by Mark Buckingham and Lan Medina. All these artists needs to be in oversized format. Oh man, 1001 Nights of Snowfall. That's such a beautiful story. Hard Time, the complete series. This is the Steve Gerber series. It collects all 12 issues. That's awesome, of Hard Time. And then season 2, 1 through 7. House of Whispers. I don't even know what this is. This is part of the Sandman universe?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, collecting issues 13 through 22. Jeff Johns, JSA Volume 4. These are the bigger, thicker trade paperbacks of his JSA because why reprint JSA Omnis Volume 2? John Constantine Hellblazer. This is the newer Hellblazer series by Simon Spurrier, who we both like his stuff. I haven't read this, but I got real excited when I saw Tom Taylor and Derek Robertson are taking over Hellblazer. Fuck yes. Oh, yes. Justice League. See, man, DC, like, they mess with my head. I'm like, fuck off, DC. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Justice League International Omnibus Volume 2. Finally, I can't believe we're getting it. Nice little touch here. Keith Giffen, J.M. DeMatteis, Len Wein, and others. And there's a story why that is, but good. This continues the Justice League International run, so it goes into Justice League Europe, Justice League of America, 31 through 50, Annual 4, the Quarterly. There's Europe 7 through 25. That's a lot more than we have collected in trade paperback. Annual 1 of Europe and Justice League International Special number 1. I'm so excited for that. And continuing New Teen Titans. Let's see if they did the right thing. New Teen Titans 32 through 49. Annuals 3 and 4. Tales of the Teen Titans 91. Okay. It isn't not missing any issues, so that's good. So they keep on making them. Man, we're doing all the way to 5, huh? Hopefully they keep selling. Mr. Miracle Deluxe Edition hardcover. Oh, that's right. The other one was standard size. And Sandman Deluxe Edition Book 1, because this is the first time it's had a deluxe edition. 1 through 16, we've had standard size hardcovers, trade paperbacks, absolutes, omnis, fat trades. So for the first time, Sandman Deluxe Edition. Shazam, finally getting that deluxe edition. This is the series by Jeff Johns, collecting the Justice League backup stories. Oh, is that all it's collecting? Okay, that's all. I thought it was his new series. Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, who killed Jimmy Olsen. I have not read that. And holy crap, Young Justice Volume 5. There's hope in the world still. Issues 33 to 43. Our World's at War 1. And I think after this, we would only need 3 more to finish out Young Justice.
You know, whoever writes the little summaries, that's how I write.
How you write little summaries?
Yeah, I appreciate the voice.
Stop that.
The voice.
So thank you. That was the solicits for DC. Green Lantern, because not everybody likes Omnis. I know that's blasphemy around here. Mm-hmm. You're right. They don't. But I think in my head, the way that I'm thinking it is, if you're collecting 41 issues and you're releasing it in those softcover editions, we've had both Image and Zenoscope, the people that did the Grimm Fairy Tales, release them. And there's always issues when you have a book that thick, whether the pages start coming out or you get creases in the spine. And when you're paying $60 for something like that, you kind of want to get your money's worth. So that was my complaint. You're right. Not everybody does like it. What's up, Lionheart?
Apparently you're the reason that Blink and L bought over 100 Omnis in the past 3 months.
Welcome to the game, man. Welcome to the game. That's a lot. Good for you. I hope you're reading them. Mm-hmm. As long as you're reading them. Is that Teen Titans Omni 5 the final one? No. Oh my god, no. I have those custom bound all the way up to Teen Titans. No, they could do like 9 of those. Seriously, continues. Okay, Green Lantern was saying that was a comment about that I made about instead of reprinting JSA Volume 2 Omnibus, they're doing the trade paperbacks. You're right. So, point taken. Not everybody likes Omnis. Hi from Turkey. Omar, please insist David for reprinting Amazing Spider-Man by Roger Stern. There's a poll right now on our social media, and I'm taking the top 10 of that and saying, hey, this is what people want, David. So,
Mr. Awesome says hi. Yep, we're doing good.
We're doing good, man.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you, Becky Lynch. He taught me who Becky Lynch was.
Who is she?
She's a wrestler.
Okay. You didn't know for a second. You're like,
Well, I was going to say she's a fine-ass looking wrestler, but she's a wrestler.
What about...
Omar, do you think AT&T wanting to sell WB... I saw that. WB Interactive might maybe prelude to them selling DC as a whole. I mean, rumor for the longest time was that they want to get rid of comics, right? The DC comics. They just want to focus on movies and other things that bring them money, so... Maybe. I mean, can you imagine Sony or somebody jumping in at it with like just like that to get those Batman, games, make them exclusive to Sony or Xbox? They need something. Microsoft. Yeah.
Man, that's so strange hearing like these companies have nothing to do with comics. Like, yeah, they'll pick it up and then they have the rights. And
Well,
I guess a long time ago you wouldn't think that
Dan brought up a really good point.
happened.
He was talking about how it makes sense for Disney and Marvel to kind of go to business together, or or to be together.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But for AT&T and DC Comics, that's probably why those departments are ran the way they are sometimes.
So Robin was asking, this is me, Mr. Miracle will never get an absolute
If it's getting a deluxe edition, I'm thinking.
They're just milking it.
Yep, at 100%. I'm 100% in that agreement. It's a book that's gonna sell. You're gonna buy the deluxe edition, and then 2 years later, you're gonna buy the absolute. If you are into the Omar way of thinking, they know how to get us. I'm the same way with X-Men. Let me tell you what's gonna happen if they release X-Men Inferno Omnibus and add a book or two that was not in the OHC with a different cover. Holy shit! I'm gonna buy it because that's the type of consumer that I am. I'm a consumer whore. Omar, I picked up Star Wars Epic Old Republic Volume 1 and Rise of the Sith. I didn't see the question. Good, Lionheart. Those are Old Republic's hard to find. Will DC continue the Green Lantern Kyle Rayner run? No. That line, Aquaman, Supergirl, Green Lantern by Kyle Rayner, and there was another series, all canceled. And it seems like Robin, Nightwing's getting the Devin Grayson run, so I take that back. Birds of Prey, Robin, and Batgirl, the Cassandra Cain series, those have all been dropped. WWE wrestler Asuka went to Barnes & Noble looking for the Akira manga, but got Berserk instead. I need to look her up then.
And her name is Asuka. Hey, I've got a Berserk.
Okay, first of all, that's my Berserk blanket.
Oh yeah, wait, where is
It's
he?
upside down.
Okay.
Still upside
And
down.
our little girls use this. Here, get rid of the comment. Is it still
you're
upside down?
Still holding him upside down. His face is literally right
Well,
here.
get rid of the comment.
Look.
Okay, I got it.
All right.
There we go. And our little girls use this. It's so comfy and cozy. He's our hero.
Never thought in a million years that I would let my daughter sleep in a Berserk blanket, especially if you read the story, right? Omar is the Yoda of Omnibus collecting, so yes, of course, Mr. Miracle will be on my buy list, and I have the normal. I do too, man. I'll be getting it. So I wonder how many overall released Marvel comics do you have in your collection, Omar? What are you thinking percentage-wise? Man, I have a lot of Marvel. I'm X-Men alone. Single comics, I think 90% of my books are still Marvel comics and single issues, and the rest are DC and others. But as far as collected editions, probably about 35% of my books are Marvel. About 20% DC. Image is about 20%. Yeah. I can't believe I just did the math really quick, but that sounds about right, just looking around. You always do these right? I'm leaving for work.
Right, wait, yeah.
Oh, you
right
always
when I'm
do...
leaving for work, Omar.
I ordered my copy of Meta Baron's slipcase and all 3 volumes of Age Sapien last night. My man, be careful driving if you're driving.
Lydia and Alicia will be Witchers in the future.
As long as it kick ass.
Sure.
Is the Batwoman, Robin's asking, is the Batwoman Omnibus still coming out?
Yeah,
that has been, it looks to be postponed. See, I asked for dates too, to update you all, but I haven't gotten anything. Because right now, my contact at DC left. She left, and I'm talking to a couple of people that haven't replied back. So, I've asked for new dates, I've asked for a couple of other things, but I haven't gotten anything back. All I know is the placeholder date from Amazon, which is March of 2021 for Batwoman, even though it was supposed to be released at end of June. So I can't imagine them waiting that long. I don't know why it would make sense to do that. Omar, why is Star Wars not getting any Omni love lately? No Poe Dameron, no Dr. Ephra. Even the OHCs aren't getting enough. I don't know. And it worries me a little bit because I see a lot of the trade paperbacks, or hell, some of the Omnis at Ollie's. And Ollie's here in America, or some parts of America's, are a discounted outlet. So when you see the Omnibus, it's like $17. Or when you see the Epic Collections, they're like $3 to $7. So it kind of worries me to see them there. Maybe they didn't sell well enough for the license that they paid for that series, for Star Wars, right? I don't know. Hey guys, what up? You ever heard of God Complex Image Comics? If so, would you strongly recommend it?
Have you?
I have not read it. I know what it is. I just, I love the artwork in it, and I don't know why I haven't picked it up. Probably because it's one of these things that I remember looking at it, and I'm like, oh, I need to get that, and then I forget because something else.
Well, good. Cigar is not in the car. Probably listen to this live stream while I'm out delivering the mail today. That's a good use of time. I think that's what I do. Listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
If I deliver the mail. Mm-hmm.
Somebody was asking if we had a podcast version of our show. And I wouldn't do it for every show, especially when I'm doing the overviews of books. But maybe for something like this, I would consider it. I'll have to talk to Dan. We have to just find a place to host it.
Well, I've got a question. How would that be different than just listen to the live stream?
100% different. So YouTube will not let you close your phone and listen to YouTube unless you're paying for YouTube Red.
Oh, gotcha.
Right?
Okay.
Whereas a podcast app will let you listen to the podcast audio while you got your phone closed. Yeah.
Okay.
Even though it's ridiculous, right? Because it's built into the YouTube app, but they're literally asking you to pay, what is it, $10 a month for that, right? Oh, thanks, Justin. That's a big super chat, my brother. Thank you. Want to use IST CGN, but with what's going on CGN says certain books are special order only. Have you had any delayed shipping with them? Don't want to spend money to wait weeks to get them possibly canceled. I have had IST didn't scan one of my orders for about a week or so, week and a half. And I was in the same boat. I'm like, well, if it's going to get canceled, I might as well try to order it from somewhere else. And they finally scanned it and it shipped out. So it took like between the placing order, it was a 3.5 week waiting period. Cheap graphic novels, it was waiting. Special order means he has to order from Diamond. So they order from Diamond and they get to him. So literally they're waiting on Diamond for the orders to come in is what that means. So I've had to wait. Like I'm currently waiting on some books right now from Cheap Graphic Novels. And that was about an order that I placed a week and a half ago because they didn't come in from the previous 2 Diamond shipments. I'm sorry, but that makes sense, right? Because Diamond's behind, so it's gonna be a while before they catch up.
Luis just finished reading Invincible, and he couldn't put it down after watching the overview. What long series would you recommend reading?
Another long series like Invincible, Ultimate Spider-Man. Like, Ultimate Spider-Man reminds me so much of Invincible and vice versa, right? Even though they're just the same stories you've read, or you might have read when they originally came out in the 60s, early 60s, they're just modernized. And I think it's just as fun as Invincible, even though I realize where I stand with Bendis, but I can't deny the fact that he made those books fun to keep people wanting to read more and more. Street Fighter is a lot of fun too. I'm a big fan of Street Fighter, but you know what you get out of Street Fighter.
Is that a long series?
Look at those hardcovers. There's I'm looking at like 10, 11 hardcovers.
Oh.
But you literally have to know what you're in for when you're reading Street Fighter. They're fighting in the street. And it's based on a video game. So, I mean, there's not much plot, you know, but it's fun.
It's a palate cleanser.
Palate cleanser is exactly what I call them. There's a lot of manga very similar to that. Hey, Omar, you know if there's a Martian Manhunter omnibus in the works? No, there's no Martian Manhunter. Phantom Stranger had one, and then I think it got canceled. I don't think it's been, I don't think they re-solicited. Hey guys, greetings from Greece. I am interested in reading Low from Remender, which 100% recommend that series. However, I think it's on hiatus. So volume 1, you can still find volume 1 of the hardcover, the big deluxe hardcover, but there is no volume 2 yet. How's it going, Omar Melly? Why don't you read this up?
Do you guys remember the first comic your daughters ever read on their own? Watching the show with my two little monsters in the background. Tiny Titans.
Tiny Titans.
Well, read it with them.
Lydia then read it by herself, but I think the one that
I think it was Alicia's first two that she read on her own.
And she still reads them. Lydia, who is now 11, about 4 years ago, took all my Charles Schultz Peanuts.
Oh my gosh, like 3 times.
She read from 1950 to 2000. 55 to 2000, like every one of them, every single panel, every one of those 3 times.
I miss her reading those.
Yeah, now she's she's getting into novels.
I tried to get her to read Calvin and Hobbes, but she just wasn't interested. Maybe later.
She's a lot like us, I think, like her parents. Like when she gets into something, she is just that.
Like right now, it's just writing her own original characters based on Warrior Cats and
Danganronpa, the video game
that we got for her birthday yesterday.
We may not be the ideal parents,
but Alicia enjoys it. Like the last series she read, she just like that was What's Michael, the manga. So anything with cats, anything with cute animals as well. I should get her to read The Slice of Life. The little girl.
We'll see. I forced her to read those Warrior Cats.
No, what's it called?
Yotsuba?
Yeah. No, Alicia. Alicia, I think would like Yotsuba.
I think Lydia would like
Slice of Life.
What's Azumangadayo? The other series.
Yeah, that's it.
Yotsuba.
Yeah.
Mike Barron, Steve Rude's Nexus is a long series which needs a library edition. I am 100% with you, man. It's my boy John De La Rose. Starman Cosmic Omnibus really canceled for good. Yes. Yeah.
Wait, is that your Starman?
That's my Starman, not your Starman. Okay, I know how you feel
about
that.
Well, I said the word cosmic.
Well, that's what it was called. It was called the Cosmic Omnibus.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's canceled.
Gotcha. I'm sorry, sweetie.
Well, I mean, it's not for me. It's for everybody else to try it out, to either love it or not like it, like some people in this room.
I don't hate it. I'm sure
you tried twice. All-Star Squadron Omnibus. Didn't we get... No, that was Infinity Inc. Incorporated hardcovers. I think we got those. I thought we had a All-Star Squadron oversized hardcovers. Like 1 or 2. Omar, do you know if Injustice 2 Omni is still coming? Yeah, that one has not been canceled. That one's still in the catalog. That's what I keep up. I look at the catalog, and if it says the date you don't want to see is 2000XX or 2099, which is ridiculous, right? Because of the Marvel series. But you don't want to see those dates because that usually means gone. Omar, would you recommend Jeff
Yes. Would you recommend Jeff John's Flash Run? Yes.
Hell yeah, I would.
That's one of your favorites, right?
It's hard to, like, somebody asked me how would I rank my Jeff Johns, and for me, top Jeff Johns is JSA, and then Green Lantern, and then Infinite Crisis, and then Flash, and then, oh god, see, this is where it gets hard. Because Hawkman's good, Stars and Stripes is good.
Just put him on the same
Superman right below
okay.
Flash. Excellent. Omar, Amazon has Batman Dark Design listed at 6.6 by 10.2 inches. They honestly, sometimes Amazon doesn't even know what they're gonna get because DC doesn't even know what the dimensions are. So, for chronological order, do you go with publication order like my list, or with the story timeline, like putting Wolverine Origins at the beginning? Nope.
Let me see.
Nope. I am a guy that tells his kids we're watching Star Wars, and guess what? We're watching Star Wars episodes 4, 5, and 6 before episodes 1, 2, and 3, because that is the way God intended it to be watched. So just like that with Wolverine Origins, I wouldn't start at the beginning because you would not appreciate that as much as you would if you read it later.
I agree. That's a good point.
So I'm a publication kind of reading order guy. Have you read the Lois Lane series? I haven't, and I heard it's really fun. I haven't read it yet.
Animal Man, yes, he has read Animal Man.
I'm thinking of picking up either the Morrison or Lemire Omnibus, which would be a better for first-time reader. Both are really good for first-time readers. But, of course, I'm going to lean towards Grant Morrison because that's the one that I prefer. Maddie, my co-host Wonder Maddie, would say Lemire's run because that's the one she prefers. But if you're asking me, Morrison, you won't be let down. It's wonderful.
Yeah. Green Lantern agrees that Jeff is a talented dude.
He is.
And
he is.
Viking...
Calling George Lucas God might be a slight. No, not George Lucas.
God. And Project Viking agrees with that ordering of the books.
Yeah, I mean that's the way that I think it's good. How good is Ollie's? I found one in Tampa. Hit and miss, man. Hit or miss. You go in, sometimes there's crap. Amanda and I did a video last year. We were going to do one this year, but we have this whole pandemic thing. So it's hit or miss. Sometimes you find gold. Sometimes you find just crap, like Cheetos that have been opened.
Like Goodwill.
Like Goodwill. No, none's
not. I mean, okay, it's a.
Oh, and then hit the one that read underneath. Either of you read the Kurosagi Corpse delivery service? 100% recommended. They're reprinting the Omnis, or they were before all this happened, and we're finally going to get another Omnibus. Volume 5 is coming. So I hope that's still coming. Yeah, that one.
Ian's. Okay.
Ian, is the Eternals
cute
Omnibus...
puppy.
It is a cute puppy. Eternals Omnibus is still coming. Yes, 100% still coming. Marvel has not canceled any Omnibus. They just moved the schedules around.
Oh, Morrison's Animal Man run isn't. He can't find it for a decent
price. It's out of print, and that's it. Only had one printing. There are deluxe editions, and everybody thought that they forgot about the deluxe edition, but Volume 2 is finally coming out, which is crazy.
So is Injustice the fastest ever omnibus to go out of print?
From DC, yeah, I think so. For Marvel, there have been several. There have been several omnibus that have gone out of print really quick. I'm trying to think. I mean, when did it come out? 4 or 5 months ago? Because Marvel, same thing happened with like Dan Slott's Silver Surfer. Hell, I think Shattershot was what, 4 or 5 months at Marvel.
This sounds hard to say. Shattershot. Omar, can you recommend any books that feature Storm heavily? You know what? I like Storm. I want to read them too.
Yeah. Yeah. I recommend, first of all, so Chris Claremont, when it gets reprinted, Volume 3 of Uncanny X-Men is heavily featuring Storm. Volume 2 as well, but I think she really shines in Volume 3 because it's the years after Cyclops left the team, right? Storm loses her powers and is still leading the X-Men. Not only the X-Men, but the Morlocks. Like, she fights Callisto for leadership of the Morlocks. And when Volume 4 comes out, that's, oh man, there's Life Death in there. There's the Asgardian Annual where she holds the hammer. Like, I cannot recommend that series enough. Chris Claremont made Storm the wonderful character that she is. And those two Omnis, when they'll be out at the end of the year, one's getting reprinted, and one's coming out one's coming out. Volume 4 comes out in 2021. But those two showcase Storm. Warren Ellis had a good series with Storm. And there was Bishop's Crossing that had some good moments. But I don't think there was anybody else that could write Storm stronger than Chris Claremont. Morrison, somebody say Morrison? I don't think Storm was hardly in New X-Men. She was hanging out with Extreme X-Men at that time.
Oh, Jesse say what said Morrison. Never, Robert said, never read any manga. What do you recommend for the first time readers of manga? Thanks. I think Dragon Ball's fun. It's
the original Dragon Ball?
Yeah, it's a fun read. And it depends on what you like. If you want more action or romance based on Ikoku. For Claymore, that's violent.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talk about Berserk way too much. We should talk about something else.
And Berserk is I know it's because of the... I mean, I've been pushing for people to read Berserk for hell. Ever since the first volume came out in America, that was my big thing with Dark Horse. I'm like, I want to make people aware of this book because I don't want it canceled.
Oh,
right?
okay.
It's a selfish thing, but I also want people to enjoy a good story. And now I don't have to worry about it because now everybody's into Berserk.
So,
but I wouldn't,
like I said, something else besides Berserk.
I wouldn't really recommend that as a first manga just because freaking Puck and those first storylines are kind of annoying. Vinland Saga is quite excellent. Blade of the Immortal, that's getting a deluxe hardcover treatment later this year. That's a wonderful and easy to follow story. It takes elements from Lone Wolf and Cub and adds elements from Berserk that I really enjoy. And Akira. Akira's quite an excellent read too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So,
see, I would say Lone Wolf and Cub.
Aros.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Lone Wolf and Cub is excellent, but I don't think it's his art style is for everybody, right? Some people will think it's outdated. And I love it, but I know that it's not for everybody. That's why I went with Blade of the Immortal.
Naruto? Yep.
Naruto's fun. Naruto's like Harry Potter with ninjas instead. So it's a good read for kids.
I want to read. It's a book called Shut Up and Stop Whining, How to Do Something with Your Life Besides Think About Yourself. I love Calvin Hobbes. One Piece. If you like strange, goofy, yes, very dramatic, make you cry, but it's just really goofy character designs.
Right.
Lots of action here. Marvel Bab, third week here, and I've learned to sit here with a pen and paper and highlight and take notes.
You can always rewind, too.
No, old school. Write it down.
I like that old school. What's up, Derek Taylor? And JT's asking how good is Duggan's Deadpool. I think Duggan understood Deadpool's voice. I think he got him down. He's not too crazy like Daniel Way made him out to be. I'm not the biggest fan of Daniel Way. But yes, the freaking Deadpool by Duggan is a pretty good run. Omar, why do you think Batman Death in the Family has never gotten an absolute or deluxe edition? Same with The Lonely Place of Dying. I really thought that they had a... No, it wasn't deluxe. It was a... You're right. It was a standard size hardcover with both of the stories combined. I don't know. I don't think DC thinks that story is that popular. Batman Death in the Family. It doesn't have Scott Snyder or Grant Morrison's name on it. It's Jim Starlin, but I don't know. I don't think they... I wish there was a contest that for one day you could run the collected editions department at DC. Because the amount of money that you could bring those people with the things that they don't...
One day. You could do it in one day is what you're saying.
Oh, I just put my three... These are the three nominees I want. I don't care what anybody else... No, but in all seriousness, you look at the amount of books that are not collected from DC from the 90s, and everybody trashes the 90s, but there's some really good damn stories in the 90s. Chuck Dixon stuff. You look at the amount of Chuck Dixon stuff that hasn't been collected from DC that's just left stranded there. Like, they could make so much money once, whereas Marvel takes gambles on things, right? Marvel's always like, oh, here's the complete collection of Star Kid, or here's the complete collection of Peter Porker.
Yeah.
Spider-Ham. 2 volumes. Yes, I did see it, and it was...
Oh, so it's talking about
the Blade of the Immortal live-action movie. And I like the director. I'm a big fan of his creepy-ass movies, but they're still a lot of fun. But, I don't know. I didn't get into the movie, man. I didn't get into the movie.
Welcome to DC Publishing, where we're not happy till you're not happy.
It's frustrating. I'm looking forward to the Blade of the Immortal Deluxes. Yes. How many of the Deluxe hardcovers will complete the entirety? Baby, can you look over there and see how many there are? I want to say there's 27 volumes.
Okay.
Oh, you don't have to go. I was just seeing if you can see it from here.
No, I can't.
Okay. Look at that. That's a great wife.
Just because I got up?
Because you got up. I wouldn't get up.
Oh, where is it?
I think there's 23, 27?
31.
Oh, I was off. 31. So 31, and if they do 10 per volume, 3 per volume, so you're looking at 10 deluxe editions. Yeah, but well worth it. They're amazing if you've never read them. Beautiful artwork, and I'm glad that somebody at Dark Horse finally appreciates that book needs to be in oversized hardcover format. Taking a break from reading Astonishing X-Men. We both love that run.
Yes.
We both love that run.
Yes. And John Cassidy.
John Cassidy flirted with my wife.
That was fun. Just for a second.
And I was drunk, so I was okay with it. I was like, man, you draw me in there with Wolverine, and because he was on Astonishing X-Men 7 at the time. We had no idea what was going on.
He's a good-looking man.
He was. He's a good-looking dude. Yep. I love the Vagabond books with the spines. Yes, with the connecting spine art. Yes. I hope he finishes out that series. Oh, I love that series so much.
So Cesar, right?
Yeah, Cesar. It is canceled.
Yeah, Starman Cosmic Omnibus, we talked about earlier, it's canceled for good. And
yeah, sadly.
He's your man. He thinks it's great.
John Cassidy flirted with my girlfriend at the time, who is now my wife.
That was years ago, wasn't it?
It was 2005, baby. That was 2005.
Why did DC cancel Absolute Fables?
I don't know. Because DC. I don't know. Because I was going to say not enough pre-orders, but they didn't give anybody a chance to pre-order it. Mm-hmm. And honestly, there were some inner things happening at DC during that time. I mean, people were losing. I mean, we know that they lost what? It was like a fourth of their staff. So either AT&T, WB pulled, a lot of money out from under DC. So they lost some people. And then new people came in. I probably had no idea what absolutes even were. Had to learn the whole thing. So I guess we'll see it. Mm-hmm. Hi, Omar. Who is Kindred? No, seriously, though. What era of Spidey is your fave? 60s, 70s, 80s? Damn. 80s.
That's what I was going to say.
80s. Come on, man. Roger Stern, and then ended with Todd McFarlane? 80s. Does it get any better than that, right? Does it get any better from the kid who collected Spider-Man to the coming of Venom? Hell no. No matter what nothing. Oh, man. 80s. But I would say that answer for a lot of comics, though, for me. What's the chance of Marvel reprinting Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1, 2, and 3? Very high. Very high. Especially if a movie comes out. Very, very high. Oh, by the way, I don't like the Absolute Swamp Thing recoloring, but it wasn't me that left a single thumbs down on your best. Oh, it's okay. I know it's okay. The thumbs down don't bother me. I stay positive by looking at how many comments I get and how many thumbs up I get. By the way, if you're just now listening, I won't be replying back to comments for the next few days. So it's because we're going on a little trip, and I promised my wife.
He's writing.
I already made videos though, so they will be dropping every day.
I did.
But I I won't have the
write.
time, so I gotta write and I gotta read. So that's what I'm gonna focus on. So I will be back on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Interviewing Bill Tucci at 11 o'clock in the morning. Bill Tucci's the gentleman that created She. He'll be talking to me at 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday. If you want to join us for that, or join me for that, really good.
Brian said Hobgoblin. Enough said.
Right, Roger Stern.
Because I like Hobgoblin. Molly, what was your first reaction to Omar telling you he collects a lot of things? My parents keep telling me that I might meet a significant other that might not prove my collections. Nope! I believe you will! It's so strange and awkward. Okay, so...
You don't have to tell the whole story.
We were friends.
Did we get a super chat?
And, he... so in his house, I got to see his collection, and I don't know, for some reason I thought he was way older than me. Not that you looked way older, but I said, the awkward thing I said is, I want to grow up to be just like you.
Well, you were in high school, though.
No, I wasn't in high school, I was in college.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, right? So it's still a compliment, right? But,
yeah.
Because my collection was of 100 figures that is now melded with his, right? So, no, I was, very impressed. It's just an awkward way of saying it.
Oh, thank you. I remember that. Thank you so much, Leb Brazil, for the super chat. Hey, Omar Melanie, just wanted to say thank you for the chat with Shane Davis yesterday. It was great. Thank you. It was a lot of fun. He's a nice guy. And
you guys talked for a long time, didn't you?
Because we were talking about the same things we're into. And I forget that he is a professional artist, and we're just talking like we're friends and stuff. And he feels like he's part of the show, so it's good. I think it's good. Like and then Dan was adding a lot of points.
Justin, this will not happen. Do a live stream auction selling the books you want to get rid of? Well, maybe it would happen. I'm just thinking, no, you don't want to get rid of anything.
I think I've talked about this on the show before, where I feel like it's weird. Maybe it's because I'm Catholic, or maybe it's because I grew up poor, but I feel so guilty selling books. Like, especially if Marvel or DC have sent me review copies. So
I
give them away, right? I give them away, all the omnis that I don't want to keep, or the trade paper. There's a ton of trade paperbacks I've been giving away. So the things that I do sell are like my video games, or some of my anime that I've replaced, or some statues or figures. So I don't know about doing a live auction. I know other channels do that. It's just I find it weird. I don't know. Thanks, Omar. Mine was the 70s. The move
Spider-Man.
from Romita to Ross Andrew. That's right. Beth Gwen Stacy, but I get your 80s. Yeah, I think it all depends on when you read these books as they were coming out.
So Omar's not robbing the cradle. We're 3.5 years apart.
Yeah, I'm not robbing.
I don't know why I said that.
That's my girl Kristen. I asked John Cassidy to take a picture of me when I saw him walking the con floor when I was 15 because I thought he was cute. During the early Astonishing X-Men days, he seemed confused. Anyone even knew who he was.
Aww.
Yeah. That's
cool.
He was all about my shirt too.
Got a picture.
My shirt that said "You don't know me." Remember?
You don't know me.
He was a little gnome.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, "I love your
that
shirt." He was so drunk. He was like, "I want." I was like, "You can." I said, "You can draw my shirt in an issue of Astonishing X-Men as long as you draw me in it." And he's like, "Okay." I never found myself in that room.
You didn't give him the shirt.
Yeah.
Are you updating your Blade and Immortal books to Deluxe hardcover?
Hell yes, I am. Yep. Yes. Just like I'm updating my Berserk. We do Robert. Oh, sorry. If he sells books,
we'll get more haul videos.
That's only happened a couple times. I do contest giveaways, and then sometimes I just randomly pick people from the chat, from the comment section, and give away things. Like I sent out a couple things 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, and they just got it.
The crushing
Catholic guilt. That's what it is, man.
He just talked about this earlier. He said, "You're not Catholic. Why are you?"
Oh, well, you were feeling guilty about something. Man, those nuns, they whipped it into me.
Melanie, hello, and I love live chat with you. The best comic book videos. Aw, thanks, Marcus. That was really nice. Yep. X-Men.
For life.
Yeah. You should get a big tattoo of an X on your chest.
Maybe not. What's up, Hugo Cardoso?
Where?
He's from Portugal.
Oh, there we go.
How's it going, brother?
I do know that's how you say Portugal in Spanish. I guess I never thought about it.
Well, if it helps, they don't speak Spanish in Portugal.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Yes, you know,
It is a
Portuguese.
different country, yes.
I'm sorry. Wait. It always bothered me that why rename countries? Why don't we say Nippon instead of Japan? Like, anyway.
For the same reason we call it Germany instead of...
Yeah, like...
is it... Oh, thank you so much, Meow.
Nyan. Thank you.
My daughter would love that name. Is it me, or do manga omnibuses seem kind of cheap? I collected the Gundam The Origin hardcovers, and there was a crack and tear after I opened one. Thanks for the fun show. Thank you so much. Some of them are. Some of them feel cheap. I have those Gundams and The Origins, right? And they're the glue that they use on them, I have to use bookbinding glue to fix them. So I know what you're talking about. Whereas the deluxe editions, like Berserk, are freaking perfect. They are better built than hell some of the $100 Omnis that have come out. And Patricia is from Portugal, by the way. So
I'm sorry. I'm hungry. When I get hungry,
she gets hangry.
I get hangry.
Yeah, we don't want to mess with that. Omar, do you also get Dark Horse solicitations in advance? I would love to know which mangas will get deluxe treatment, hoping Lone Wolf and Cub will be next. I'm hoping that too. I saw that somebody had posted a fake image of one, and I got so excited when I saw it. I'm like, oh, it's coming. People need to read Lone Wolf and Cub. It's wonderful. Those movies are great too. Do I get them? No, I get them from IDW, and I get them from Marvel, of course, and then DC. But my contacts at Dark Horse, I don't know what's going on. I haven't talked to them in a little bit, so I may try to make a phone call.
What, in your opinion, is the worst literature adaptation to a movie? By the way, thanks for your answers, and please relax and stay safe.
Worst?
Well, comic-wise, or just in general? Tell you the best in general is To Kill a Mockingbird. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
author agreed,
that's a hell of a movie. What about True Grit? That was a good movie too, as well as the book, right?
Oh yeah,
that's a good adaptation. As far as worst,
yeah,
man,
Green Lantern.
Okay, that's a good. That's a Catwoman, Green Lantern.
Catwoman.
But
that's just the movie is bad, right? Maybe. Can you think of an answer as the adaptation? Like, maybe it was good, it's just not the same feel? Or
I was thinking Dune, but that's not really fair because Dune wasn't even a finished product. And then I was thinking The Hobbit, but that's also not fair because it wasn't the worst adaptation. So maybe you're right, Green Lantern, something like that.
Live action Death Note was horrible.
There's a lot. You know what? Most live action based on manga are horrible. John Carter, Mars, that was pretty bad.
Yeah. Bleach, though, you liked live action.
I think the live action of Bleach was excellent. Speaking of naming countries,
Finland is called Finland in pretty much every language. It's got Finnish, right? That just bothers me. So silly.
Might be easier to pronounce words in different languages.
Lazy.
The Fantastic Four.
Fanfortistic.
Well, no, it's the way that it's written. It's like fan-for-stick.
I know.
Okay.
But
the new Dune movie, the new Dune movie, right? The guy that directed Blade Runner, the new Blade Runner, is directing it, and it's got a pretty solid cast so far. I'm excited for that. Aliens versus Predators.
They should have used the comics for Alien versus Predator.
They should have used the comics for a lot of those things. So, yeah, that one's pretty crappy.
Oh, American Death Note or DBZ?
DBZ by far. DBZ by far. Somebody suggested Amanda and I doing that for the Was It Really That Bad segment, DBZ.
It's not even just the same attitude or feel or genre or anything.
Had James Marsden as Piccolo. He was what's his name? Oh, hell. The guy from Buffy. Spike from Buffy.
What?
Oh, yes.
We have read Masonic Koku. Yep. It is perfect.
Top 3 for me. Masonic Koku.
That's true. It's got a great pace. And
best romance. I guess, no. It is the best romantic story I've ever read. Where's Was It Really That Bad? It's a segment we do on every Wednesday live at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. we go through movies.
Yeah, just last week wasn't one, but
yeah, we took a break
usually
last week. It's usually Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
The Spawn movie.
Spawn movie is pretty bad. So one of the worst ones, though, Green Lantern saying is New Hellboy, and Amanda would agree. I remember sitting with her in the theater. We were the only people in the theater, and I was ready to leave. And I don't do that with movies. I have stayed through crappy movies, and I was like, I'm done. Like, I gotta check out. And it was like we still had an hour left.
So, yes, I have the graphic novel adaptation To Kill a Mockingbird because my husband bought it for me. I recently I reread the novel, so I was just waiting a little while before reading the graphic novel adaptation. Just to enjoy it to the fullest.
Let's see. What do you think about the Stargirl TV series? I've only seen one episode, and I loved it. She saw me. I was giddy as a schoolgirl sitting on the couch like, oh my gosh, it's the JSA. It's our man. Yeah, I love that first episode. And if it's like that, if it keeps that same kind of feeling throughout the whole series, I'm going to be happy with it. The Punisher, dude, you know, I have a soft spot in my heart for The Punisher 1987 with Dolph Lundgren. I don't know why. I realized it was filmed in Australia, but I don't know. I love it. We'll take a couple more questions, and then I got to get going, guys. I'd argue that Green Lantern is almost beat by beat a lower tier Phase 1 Marvel films. It's like a Street Fighter 3 Sean? Is that what you're saying? Street Fighter? Green Lantern broke my heart. So I don't know. I mean, I think rewatching it when Amanda and I did the Was It Really That Bad? I don't think it was as bad as I remembered it, but it was still pretty bad. Will you one day do a video talking about what American comics can learn from manga and the other way as well? Yeah, I would love that. That's a good topic idea. Thank you, Justin. Please, New 52. Is that still coming? Is that the Gail Simone run? I don't think it's got. Well, I'm sorry, it's not. I don't have the new schedule, but that one's not canceled. Do you guys watch Rick and Morty? Loved Rick and Morty when it came out, like season 1, season 2. We didn't really. Yeah. We kind of stopped at season 3. I don't know.
I think for me, it just got really dark. I don't know. That's why some people like it, right? It's just, I don't know.
Yeah. I think I'll give it another rewatch. What time's your chat with Jess? It is at noon, so here in a little bit, so I gotta get my audio ready.
Yeah, we quote Rick and Morty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Meeksies, man. The Meeksies.
And my favorite episode is when they're watching television from other dimensions. And we just talked about Aunt Miles Johnson yesterday.
Yep. I love that episode.
I love the ad-libbing.
Oh, switch. I never knew that. Okay. Yeah, it's answered that. Did you know the Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie was banned in Sweden? What?
Wow.
Why? What did he do? Like it's his fault. And let's look at a couple more questions, and then I gotta bounce. Oh, here's a question from Melanie.
No, I didn't. Why didn't I?
It was released after she died.
Wasn't it like a prototype for the story? Even though it was marketed as a sequel. And I just felt like, well, that's not the story she wanted to tell, so I don't want to read it because it's on a pedestal, right?
Yeah. It's hard to top it.
I mean, it was fine of her to write it, right? You write out stories until it becomes the story that needs to be told, that wants to be told. Yeah, I wasn't interested.
Will Teen Titans Jeff Johns continue after book 3? I think so. It's Jeff Johns. His name sells.
Sweden had a movie censorship board up to 2012. Wow.
Really? And The Punisher? Mm-hmm. Huh. Two brothers. And
they're brothers. Two brothers.
I love that.
They're brothers.
I love the behind the scenes, like they were drinking and just coming up with stuff on the spot.
Kristen agreed about Go Set a Watchman being a shady release.
It seems weird that they had to wait until, she passed away.
Oh, okay. So Green Lantern said her editor told her it'd be a more interesting story would be about Scouts, so she wrote To Kill a Mockingbird. Please pass the damn ham.
I was going to say the same thing. We love that quote.
She's so cute.
Please pass the damn ham.
I love Scout. Oh, love Atticus Finch.
What are some good novels?
Over you, baby.
He's a man of virtue
morals.
and morals.
He's got morals.
And I say morals are overrated. What are some good novels you would recommend? Suggest? All right, let's see. I'm a sucker for.
What do you suggest?
God. Confederacy of Dunces.
Oh my gosh! Why is it the ones you like I can't read?
I don't know.
I tried that. And I'm
it's
like,
not like Starman. I love Confederacy of Dunces.
No.
Old Man in the Sea. I'm a big Hemingway fan.
If you like The Neverending Story, if that has a nostalgic place in your heart, I'm reading the book. It's a lot of fun because it's like extra meta. Because you're reading the book, identifying with Bastion, who's reading the book of The Neverending Story, and it's just cool all the stuff that they didn't put in the movie, and it's like, that's what I'm reading right now.
I read Dune in the 8th grade, and it forever changed the way that I saw movies because I was like, oh. There's no way they could ever do it justice. And Jodorowsky and Mobius could have probably done something with that, but yeah. But I don't read novels as much as I used to. I'm reading the Stephen King writing book right now, and I used to read a lot of Stephen King. I
like Stephen King.
And Nathaniel, thank you so much for reminding everybody. Please leave a like. Thank you, Nathaniel. It's my man.
Oh, JT reads Neverending Story once a year as a kid.
And never saw the film.
The film.
We love the film.
Yeah, and I saw that first. Oh, Hemingway. Omar, Scholar, and Gemma. Yep.
I'm a big fan of Hemingway. I had to go to his Key West little restaurant when we were down there.
We saw his house
and
from the outside.
Spain.
I didn't want to stand in line.
When we were in Spain, we had to go to that bar that he would frequent. Yeah, man. I'm a Hemingway dude. Amazing Adventures of Cavalier by Michael Chabon is a must-read for comic fans. I'll have to keep that in mind. And just one more question because I got to get going. Most anticipated unreleased comic. As far as an omnibus, most anticipated that hasn't been announced or anything. Most anticipated coming out for sure, of course, is Uncanny X-Men Volume 4. One that no way Marvel is doing, or that I know of is doing, but I would love to see an all-new Wolverine omnibus. Seriously, I would love that. So everybody, with that, please have a safe weekend. Have a wonderful time off work if you're not working. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, check out our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com. Like I said, they'll be getting more She-Hulks in. And I mentioned it earlier in the show. If you want Silver Surfer reprint, try to get in there early to get it because that's also been back ordered. Thank you so much through the chat. You guys have been wonderful with your questions. Is mayonnaise an instrument? My brother would say yes.
What?
Like, subscribe. We can be found on Patreon and Redbubble. Great ways to support the channel if you can do so. And thank you to our existing patrons. Thank you to all of you who have made this a lot of fun. I will be back.
Yeah, thank you. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Raises our spirits.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Thank you guys for the wishes for a great weekend. And
I'll be back on Tuesday to talk to Bill Tucci at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the morning. So watch that if you want. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks. Bye.
Much love to you all.